we are meeting and talking to our Kababayan pride in the city of Los Angeles, Jaime de la Vega. He is the general manager of the Department of Transportation. Transportation, very important here in the States, and we always talk about that, especially in Southern California. Kung bago po kayong imigrante dito, kailangan po ng sasakyan. And when it comes to purchasing a car, there's so many choices, there's so many things to consider. That is why we have friends from West Covina Nissan to help us decide through that.
Nowadays, the average household has more than 2 cars, and odds are one of them is brand new. So what should we know before buying a new car? Let's find out. Now, Bob, what are some of the things we should know before we buy a new car?
Well, you're making a major purchase. You need to do your homework. Go online, read books, get all the information you possibly can, and then go shop. Go test drive. Go look at every car. Find the car that fits your needs and your budget.
What can you tell me about certified pre-owned cars?
Oh, God, I love certified pre-owned cars. They're phenomenal. It's, you're buying a car that's, you don't have to worry about depreciation. Depreciation's already out of it. And in most cases, our certified pre-owned cars come with a better warranty than what comes from the factory. They've got a warranty that takes you up to 100,000 miles for free.
Wow.
And they've got like new car financing. I think it's a perfect way to buy a car.
Should a new car buyer trade in their old vehicle?
Well, school of thought is, I'll go sell it myself, I'll get more money for it. But that's a lot of work and it's a lot of hassle. You really need to figure out what that extra money's worth for you. Here at West Covina Nissan, we pay a lot of money for trade-ins because we sell a lot of used cars.
Right.
So I don't think I've ever had a customer that they went out and sold their own car that I couldn't give them what they could get for it.
Now, before the new buyer comes in, should they have a price in mind?
Well, of course, and that's part of doing the homework. You can go online, you can find out what average retail cost is, what average cars are selling for, and get a good idea of what you should be paying for the car.
Right. Danny, anong benefits sa pagbibili ng bagong kotse?
Okay, first of all, ang mga benefits dito, makakakuha ka ng 0% interest rate.
Okay.
Sometimes nakukuha mo yung rebate, hindi mo na kailangan mag-down payment. Pangatlo, yung full warranty and, kahit masama ang credit mo, dito, sa West Covina Nissan, nagagawa natin ang paraan yan.
Well, there you go, mga kababayan. We hope this information will help you when you're ready to buy your next new car.
All right. Thank you, Chelsea. Thanks, Bob, owner of West Covina Nissan. And thank you to Danny as well. Ano pang hinihintay nyo? Tawag na po sa kanila, West Covina Nissan. And speaking of cars, this guy knows a lot about that. Transportation in general manager of Department of Transportation here in Los Angeles. We were talking about some of the projects earlier, but when we went on a commercial break, so he got bombarded by questions from our crew here about bikers or cyclists not following the law. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, cyclists have to follow the same laws that motorists do. They have to obey stop signs, traffic lights. They have to signal when they're turning. The enforcement of that, though, is with the police department, not with my department.
Yeah, so when they don't, you have no jurisdiction over that.
Right.
But you work closely with the LAPD for this, right?
Yes, we work on a lot of special events with them. If there's a police event, our traffic officers deploy and control traffic around the crime scene. So we partner with both the police department and the fire department on emergencies.
And that's one of the projects also that you are working on for this, traffic officers being deployed for parking and enforcement.
That's right.
And but before that, transportation projects, we need there's so many cars. We need a lot of roads. We need different flyovers and stuff like that. What are you working on?
Well, really, what we're working on, other than the bikes, it's mass transit projects. It's building new rail lines. In 2008, the taxpayers of LA voted for a new sales tax, and there are 12 new projects that will be built over the next 30 years, and my department is supporting that effort.
Right. So much has been said about here in Los Angeles, the public transportation is not very efficient, and people don't use it very much. Why do you think that is?
Because
is there a lack, or?
I think Los Angeles is very large. I think the system where it does exist is very fast. The subway from the San Fernando Valley to downtown, it's 22 minutes, and it's very efficient. So our goal is to expand that transit system throughout all of Los Angeles.
What about getting people to use it more? People still prefer to use their own cars.
Yeah, I think cars are convenient, but I think that each person should try to take transit at least once a week. That will really help the environment. It'll reduce congestion. I think people also learn that transit can be fun and efficient.
And guess what? You don't have to pay for parking if
That's
you use
true.
mass transit, correct? But you also have a project concerning parking, new coin and card parking meters. Let me
Right.
just say that the card parking meters are so helpful because you
Good.
don't always carry coins around with you.
Yeah, I never carry coins. I mean, what's great about the new meters is they take credit cards. Also, they're environmentally sound because they're solar powered. So I think it's a win-win.
Right. And so I guess to close this interview out, you know, we've learned a lot from you today. What more can we expect from you at the helm of this very important department in the city of Los Angeles?
Yeah, I'm just trying to help the mayor and the council and the citizens of LA move forward, build a 21st century transportation system. And I want to say hi, of course, to my Tito Ed, Tito Sel, and my cousins, especially Rico.
Yes, Rico is the one that made it possible for us to have Jaime here on the show. And we've had Rico here. He's done magic for us. But I guess, yeah, speaking of that, you started with your family. Filipinos, talk to them. What would you tell them to inspire them to get into public policy?
Well, I think if you want to make a difference, you should work in public policy. You should work for an elected official. You should work in a city department because there's a lot of good that can be done.
And is it difficult? I think they're not getting into it because they think it's difficult. How do you overcome challenges?
I think you just work hard. I think that's how you do it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. More power to you. Do we have a website where we can get more information about the department?
Yeah, just go to lacity.org and go to the transportation department.
All right. And there are more projects. Thank you so much for
Thank
making
you.
us proud. Continue working hard. More power and God bless.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Yan po ang ating kababayan sa Department of Transportation here in Los Angeles, Jaime de la Vega. Ngayon po, maraming salamat sa inyong panonood ng Kababayan LA for today. I hope you learned a lot and you got inspired somehow by some of the things that we talked about. Ako po si Janelle Song, inyong kababayan dito sa Los Angeles, and I'll see you again tomorrow.